Hi guys, you are welcome back. My name is Adenike. In this tutorial today, I'm going to show you how to draft 3 parts corset in a very simple way. So here is the pattern paper I'm making use of for this tutorial today. This is my starting point, which is also my shoulder line. From the center front here on my shoulder line, I'm going to input half of my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 15 inches, half of it is going to be 7.5 inches, which is here. So from the center front here, I'm going to measure out 3 inches for my neck width and 3 inches for my neck depth, which is the standard measurement. So I'm going to connect it with the cuff side of my ruler just like this. 3 inches for neck width and 3 inches for neck depth. So after connecting this way, from this point now, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, which is here. And from this point, I'm going to input half of my shoulder, half of my round armhole. My round armhole is 15 inches, half of it is going to be 7.5 inches here. And what I have here all together, I'm going to place it here on the center front, which is 8.5. And what I have on my shoulder line, which is half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches, I'm going to place it here as well, just for me to have accurate measurement for my drafting. So I'm going to connect straight down like this from my shoulder line for my armhole line for the front part. And I'm going to connect here as well. This is my chest line. From here, from my neckline here to this place, which is my shoulder slope, I'm going to connect it slantly like this. For me to draw out my armhole line, armhole curve for the front part. So what I have in between this place, I'm going to find the middle part of it. Just fold your tape measure into 2, like so, and dot it out. So here is the middle part of these 2 points now. So from this midpoint, I'm going to come in by ½ inch, which is here. I'm going to connect from here to here slightly, just like this. So for me to finish it up at the down part, I'm going to place quarter of my bust circumference on my chest line. My bust circumference is 36 inches divided by 4 will give me 9 inches, which is here. So I'll now connect from here to here with the cuff side of my ruler just like this. So this is my armhole curve for the front part now. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to measure out my bust point of 9.5 inches, which is here. My under bust of 12.5 inches, which is here, and my waistline of 17 inches, which is here. So I'm going to draw a straight line across all the points now. So this is my chest line, my bust point, my under bust, and my waistline. So after doing that, I'm going to input half of my nipple to nipple measurement on my bust point line from the center front. I'm going to measure it out. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches divided by 2 will give me 3.5 inches, which is here, till I reach the waistline, 3.5 inches, and I'm going to connect it straight down. So after that, on my shoulder slant here, I'm going to divide it by 2 by me folding my tape measure into 2 easily, into 2 to get it easily, just like this. And from this midpoint now, I'll just connect it to my bust point, just like this. I haven't done that. What I have in between my bust point and my under bust, which is 3 inches, I'm going to measure it all round for my bust radius. After drawing it, I'll just connect it. Now after connecting my bust radius all round, I'm going to come to my bust point like this. From my bust point, I'll just come down by 1 inch. So on my under bust line, I'll just come in by 1 inch on both sides, just for me to draw out my dart. I'm doing the same thing on my waistline, 1 inch on both sides. I'm going to connect straight. And from this 1 inch that I came down from my bust point line, I'll just connect to meet my underbust to the cuff side of my ruler, just like this. I'm going to blend here. Don't leave any sharp edge, please, to avoid any unnecessary stress while stitching. So on my upper bust here, on this side, I'm coming out by, I'm just coming by 1.25, which is here, and on this side, I'm going to come in by 0.75. It's not up to 1 inch, just like this. So on both sides, I'll just connect this to meet my bust point and this to meet here. Now to draw out my curve for the corset, I'm going to find what's the midpoint of these 2 points. I'll just fold my tape measure into 2 for me to get it easily. Just like this, and I'm going to dot it out. So now from this midpoint, I'll just come down by 1.5, which is ½ inch, which is here. So I'll just pull it straight down to meet that ½ inch downward. And from this point, I'll just pull a straight line outward, just like this. So I haven't done that. From here to here, I'm going to use the cuff side of my ruler to connect it, just for me to create my curve for the corset. So, and from here, I'm going to connect straight down to my underbust with the cuff side of my ruler, just like this. Now done with this side. As for this side, I'm going to maintain my chest line. If you want it lower on the center front, you can just come down by ½ inch. Let me just come down by ½ inch. You can maintain your chest line, or you come up by ½ inch from your chest line. It depends on how covered you want your corset to be. Let me just come down by ½ inch for the sake of this tutorial. I'm going in by ½ inch as well from that point, which is here. So what I'm going to do now is to just draw a straight line across, just like this. So from here now to this place, I'm going to connect with the cuff side of my ruler. So from here, I'm going to connect from here to the underbust, the cuff side of my ruler, just like this. And we are done with the second cup. So we have 2 parts of corset cup here. So to make it 3 parts now, on this side from here, I'm going to measure down 2 inches, which is here. And on this side, I'm measuring down 2 inches as well. And on this side, I'm going to come down by 2 inches, which is here. So on the center, I'm coming down by 2.5, which is here. This one too, 2.5. So I'll now connect like so. Now on my chest line, I've already inputted quarter of my bust there. So what I have here, the dart I'm cutting out here, which is 2 inches, I'm going to replace it back to avoid short of fabric, which is here. Let me just extend this line to meet that 2 inches. So on my waistline, I'm doing the same thing. My waist is 32 inches divided by 4 is 8 inches plus 2 inches that I'm cutting out from here. That is 10 inches. And I'm going to connect from my chest line to my waistline. So now I'm going to trace where I'm cutting out with my red marker. Now this is my 3-part cup. This is 1 part and this is the second and the third one. So I'll just label them for me not to make silly mistakes. So this is 1 A and 1 B. And let me make arrow there to know where it's facing each other. So this is 2 arrow, then 3. This is arrow facing here. So I'll now cut my top out. This is the side front and center front, as you can see. So here's it, we are done. If you are making it of yoke, you can just use this one as your yoke. So I'll just put it aside. This is it. This is all for the front part. So I'm going to cut out the upper part here. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to put this one together like so to form one piece. So here's it for the upper part, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and place this one on another paper and cut it out. There's the first cut and number 1, number 2, and number 3, and these are the center front and center front and side front. So let's move on to the back part. Now this is for my back part. This is my shoulder line, and this is 1 inch for my zipper allowance. So on my shoulder line, from the zipper allowance line, I'm going to measure out 3 inches for my neck width and 1 inch for my neck depth. I'm going to connect to the cuff side of my ruler, just like this. And from this same line, which is the zipper allowance line, I'm going to measure half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches. Which is from there, I'm coming down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'm going to connect straight down to my slightly from my neckline to my shoulder slope like so. From this point of shoulder slope, I'm going to impute half of my round armhole. My round armhole is 15 inches, half of it is going to be 7.5 inches here. So what I have here all together, I'm going to place it on this zipper allowance line, which is 8.5 inches. Which is here, and what I have on my shoulder line, which is half of my shoulder measurement, I'm going to place it here as well, just for me to have accurate measurements. So I'll now connect easily like this. This is my armhole line for the back part, and this is my chest line for the back part. I haven't done that. To draw out my armhole curve for the back part, I'm going to measure out the midpoint of these 2 points. So I'll just fold my tape measure into 2 like so and dot it out. I'm going to place quarter of my bust on my chest line, which is 9 inches, and it's here. So I'll now connect from here to here with the cuff side of my ruler, just like this. And this is my armhole curve for the back part. Now from my shoulder line here, I'm going to come down I'm going to measure out my waistline, which is here, which is 17 inches. So I'm doing a straight line across the point, just like this. So now I'm going to input half of my nipple to nipple measurement from this zipper allowance line on my chest line, which is 3.5 inches, and on my waistline I'm doing the same thing. So I'll now connect just like this. To draw out my back part, on my waistline I'm going to come in by half inch on both sides. And for my chest line I'm coming down by 1 inch. So this is where my back part is starting from. So I'll now connect like so on both sides. And after doing that, I'm going to place my quarter of my waist circumference on my waistline. My waist is 32, quarter of it is 8 inches plus 1 inch that intake here. That is going to be 9 inches from my zipper allowance line. So that is it for this. I'll just connect from here to here. So if you are needing your yoke, you just cut it out so you can maintain your chest line, or you come down by 1 inch from your chest line, then connect it from here to here. You can give your yoke any shape you want, but I'm not going to make use of yoke here. I'll just come down by 1 inch from my chest line for me to give my back, my center back shape. So I'll now connect from here to meet here. If you like, you can just come down by 1 inch, by quarter, by ½ inch, or you maintain your chest line. I measured 1 inch from my chest line downward. I'm going to connect like so. So just make this place straight like so. And I haven't done that. I'm done with the back part, as you can see. So I'm going to cut it out. But before cutting it out, on this side, to avoid any folding on the back part, I'll just come in by ½ inch on my waistline. I'm going to connect to meet here slightly. So what I'm going to cut out from here, I'll just place it back here on my waistline and reconnect my side. Just like this. So I won't be short of fabric at the end of the day. So I'm going to cut my back out now. So this is my back part. I'll just close up like that, just like this. So this is my back part, as you can see. So this is my zipper side. I'll just write it. My zipper. And this is my back. This is the side of my back. If I want it to curve a little bit on the side here, I'll just come up by 1 inch. You know, our side is curved. So this is my back. Let me just write it back part. So I'm going to come up by 1 inch from here. I connect to the back neck with the cut side of my ear. Just like this, just to avoid folding on the side. I'm just going to cut it off. You can go ahead and add your down part to it if you want to add your down part. So this is the side for the front. I'm doing the center 1 inch upward. I'm going to connect. Cut it off. So these are our fronts, and this is the back part. This is my front now. This is the upper part. Can you see that? And this is the back part. So if you are cutting it on the fabric, fold your fabric into 2. Add ½ inch on the upper part here. On the side, you can add 1 inch if you are not adding lining. But if you are adding lining, add 1.5 inch. On the waistline, add ½ inch. On this zipper allowance line, if you are adding lining, just add ½ inch. If you are not adding lining, you can just leave it. Leave the 1 inch that we drafted there before. So make sure you follow the shape here on your, we came in by ½ inch here. Just on this line, we just came in by 1 inch, by ½ inch, and reconnect like so. So this is our zipper allowance line now. Just follow the shape you have there. And you see that it will just be like this. That is why we replaced it here on the side. So if you are cutting on the fabric, just fold it into 2. Add ½ inch on the upper part here, 1.5 inch on the side. If you are adding line, if you are not adding line, you can just add 1 inch on the side here. On the waistline here, add ½ inch. On this zipper allowance line, you can leave it like this if you are not adding lining. We've already added 1 inch for our zipper allowance. But if you are adding lining, just add ½ inch to it. On the front part, you can go ahead and fold your fabric into 2. Add ½ inch all through this number 1 cup. Add ½ inch all through this number 2 cup. Add ½ inch all through this number 3 cup. And on the center front here, you are cutting it on fold. You are going to have 1 piece for the center front, but you are going to add ½ inch on the upper part here, ½ inch through this shape to reach the down part here. On the waistline, to add ½ inch, same allowance there. As for the side front, add ½ inch all through this shape till you reach here. Here to ½ inch on the waistline, ½ inch. But on the side, make sure you add up to 1 inch if you are not adding lining. But if you are adding lining, add up to 1.5 inch. That is it for these 3 parts corset today. So we have come to the end of this video today. If my video has been helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. If you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Please show some love by liking and following my page on Facebook at Akorede Adenike Sewing Tutorial. Until I see you in my next video, guys, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.